Dillian Whyte, Alexander Povetkin, the rematch. It's been postponed, lads. It's been postponed. It's saying that, and you know what, it's funny, right? Because when I seen this news break, I saw that it said Alexander Povetkin has tested positive, but that was all the title said. I think it was on I forget what YouTube it was on a video, or it might have been just a little article or something like that. And I immediately thought, knowing Povetkin, knowing his history, when I saw the words tested positive, I immediately thought PEDs. Because, you know, he has a history of that, you know, going back to 2016. It's just something else he's tested positive for. It's not anything to do with performance enhancing drugs. You know, says he's tested positive for something and is now in hospital. Okay, Eddie Hearn has now got a new date for the Whyte Povetkin card. It is January 30th. Okay, well, what he's tested positive for, we all know what it is. Many people will know my stance on it, so we're not going to get into that. In terms of what this means for the rematch, if it's going to benefit anyone, it's going to benefit Dillian Whyte. Because you can go back and watch some of my videos on this subject. I always felt that this rematch is extremely quick. Extremely quick. And end of January, start of February 2021, in my opinion, perfect timing. Because Povetkin, the longer they leave it, the older he's going to get. He's 41 years old now, lest we forget, okay? Having a quick turnaround from the end of August, literally damn near 3 months to the day, because this fight was set to go take place on November 21st. 3 months to the day, right? This fight was set to take place. That would have benefited Povetkin in several ways, because it would have given him some freshness. He would have been able to be sharp, still in shape, all these things, okay? And Dillian Whyte being knocked out as bad as he was, you would imagine there's going to be you would imagine he got a concussion from that shot. You would imagine there'd be some residual damage. It is not a good idea to be sparring so soon after such a bad knockout. I'm not necessarily talking about the fight necessarily, and the mental demons are going in there with Povetkin, but just the training camp. I mean, I think I heard Michael Vernon Page, when he was knocked out badly in Bellator, say that he was concussed. It took him 4 months before he was fully recovered, and even then he wasn't quite right. So with Dillian Whyte, and I don't think MVP was even fighting or even training at the time. He might have been training, but he might not have been sparring. So Dillian Whyte is in full-blown training camp. So, you know, it's not good. In terms of this fight happening now in January, end of January, start of February, basically, as I said, it's going to benefit Dillian Whyte. Am I going to change my prediction? I'm going to have a think about it, because it's definitely going to hinder Povetkin. It's not going to be a long time out of the ring. You know, that being said, we're talking 5 months as opposed to 3 months. It's not going to be massively long, but it is still time out of the ring. It is still time for Dillian Whyte's head to clear from that knockout, and it gives him a chance to just prolong his training camp. So in all honesty, it's going to benefit Dillian Whyte. I do believe it will. Is it enough for me to change my prediction? I'll have a think about that. I'll have to have a good hard think about that. But in terms of this fight not happening in November, I was looking forward to it. It was to be a good card. I was going to pay for it. Happy to pay for it. So I'm not, obviously we don't have to pay for it now, as there's nothing on that day, unless Eddie Hearn wants to keep that fight, that card on with, you know, Conor Benn and Craig Billum-Smith or Chris Billum-Smith, and just do it on standard fight night. I don't know. I'd imagine he won't. I imagine he'll just pull that whole card together and just put it on at the end of January. So in terms of that, we've one less pay-per-view to pay for, which is good. You know, people in financial difficulties, they might not be able to afford it. They might be thinking, you know, oh, am I going to be able to spare the 20 quid? Don't worry about it now. It's not happening. So I was looking forward to it. You know, it was looking to be a good card. So that week's boxing is... Who was meant to be fighting that week as well? You know, it'll probably come to me when I finish this video who's meant to be fighting that weekend as well. But it just means that that's a free weekend. So we've boxing this weekend, we've boxing next weekend. We're meant to have Dillian Whyte Povetkin then following that. We won't have that. That'll follow with Joyce Dubois, and it will lead into... We've got some good weeks ahead, right? We've got a few good weeks ahead. So let's not complain. We've got a few good weeks ahead. So we should get this fight hopefully at the end of January. All things go well. Let's see what happens. Just reporting on the news now. Hope you all enjoyed this video. Smash the like button if you did. If you haven't already, subscribe, of course. If you guys are new, as always, people, I'll talk to you. Peace.